do the welcome. That will be done by the principal shortly. And so, as I begin this function of appreciation, I invite us to be as cordial and as relaxed as we can. And at this time, I invite Mrs. Marva Watson to register and do the prayers. And this will be followed by the official welcome from the principal.
For prayer. Heavenly Father, we call your name this afternoon. Lord, we give you thanks for life. We thank you, God, for your love towards us. We thank you, God, for this privilege of gathering in this passion, Lord. God, the family life of two persons who have worked tirelessly, Lord God, to serve this institution. God, we are grateful for them. And as we come this afternoon, Lord, to say thank you to them. We love them, God, for the service that they have given, for the yeoman service that they have worked so hard, Lord God, to give to this institution. We give you thanks for their lives. And Lord, even as we say thank you to them, God, we remain in anticipation, Lord God, of hearing well done from you also. God, we pray your continued and unmeasured blessing upon your families, upon your lives, Lord. God, we pray you take the furtherance of this function in charge. We wait upon you, and we be careful to give you all glory, all honor, and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Chairman of the Board of Management, Reverend Danvers, other board members, our special guests, those who have announced that they are retiring, members of staff, all our wishers and guests who are present with us, good afternoon. I especially want to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. and he's my good friend. Some of you may not know that. Mr. Lincoln Wright, past lecturer of the institution and has moved on to greener pastures. In absentia, I want to recognize our permanent secretary who will join us virtually, Dr. Grace McLean, Dr. Joan Spencer Hernandez, manager of the Georgia Board of Teacher Education, President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Mr. Jasper Gabriel, Dr. Devon Crossfield, President, CTC Alumni, Madam and the chapter, students, colleagues, all, good afternoon. I want to use this opportunity to tender apologies for our hostess, the Honorable Garfield Green, who is unable to join us. I warmly welcome you to this appreciation luncheon. As customary, Church Teachers College family uses this occasion to express our profound appreciation to past members of staff who have given long and dedicated service to this noble institution. It is very interesting to note that this celebration of dedicated service is taking place during our Founders Week observance as we reflect on the 56 years of excellence. This quote from Will Durant aptly describes our warnings. It says, "We are what we do repeatedly. Excellence then is not an act, but an habit." This afternoon, we recognize our former colleagues who have served the institution collectively for 43 years. You can clap them. It is safe to clap. It is not so safe to talk without your mask if you're not very proud. The sterling contribution you have made were vital to the growth and development of Church Teachers College. This you have demonstrated through your hard work, dedication, and commitment over the years. You gave proven service to this institution and left behind an impressive record which merits our highest praise. You have touched and transformed many lives. Your influence will be felt for generations to come. This transformational adventure you did in the worst of times and in the best of times. You ran a good race, and at the end, did yourself and Church Teachers College team proud. Today, it is therefore with a great heart that as a college family, we pause to express our sincere gratitude for a job well done. It is only deserving that you are being honored during Founders Week, like our founders. You were an essential part of this college. Without your contribution, the college would not have achieved its mission. You set high standard of excellence as our founders did, and we thank you. And I'm delighted to celebrate this occasion with you, and I wish you every success, good health, and long life. History, no doubt, will recall you all as legends, as we who are still in the vineyard will continue to reflect on your contribution as we continue to make ours. In closing, I leave with your quote from Ernie Zelensky. Retirement is a time to experience fulfilling life derived from many enjoyable and rewarding activities. Let me repeat. Retirement is a time to experience fulfilling life derived from many enjoyable and rewarding activities. So I wish for you long life, good health, walk good, and enjoy yourselves. It's later than you think. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. as someone who is in his 11th year of retirement, I can speak to the virtues of having labored and then having been able to take a rest from the labors of the 9 to 5. But when, like me, when you are retired from 9 to 5, it doesn't mean you are retired from life. So then that is when you really find a good life. So Mr. Norman and Ms. Harvey, this might be the beginning of a real good phase of your living. And like Ernest Smith sings, life is just for living. So live it the best way you can. I would suggest to you that for your retirement, anyone offers you a rocking chair, tell them no thanks. Because a rocking chair has motion but no movement. You need a lot of movement in your retirement. My remarks are very simple. Can we prep to have Dr. Grace McLean and Dr. Jones Spencer Hernandez present your remarks? Do we, who is doing the connection? Do we have that? I understand Dr. McLean wants to make her presentation before 1:30 because he has some other engagement that came up shortly.
Hello, Chairman.
Yes, we are hearing your word.
Okay, you can't see me, but I have been here from the start, sir.
Okay, okay. I see you in my mind's eye. Welcome, Dr. McLean. You may go ahead.
Okay, Chairman, thank you. So let me, on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, greet first and foremost our chairman of this noble institution, chairman for the institution and the chairman for the college. Let me also greet our principal, Dr. Anderson. Dr. Joan Hernandez from the Joint Board of Teacher Education, members of the academic and ancillary staff, our distinguished awardees, our students, and all other persons who are here with us this afternoon. I greet you well. Let me express my sincere appreciation to Dr. Anderson and the administrative staff for having afforded me this opportunity to bring greetings at this year appreciation function for two stalwarts who have served this institution with diligence and commitment for over 20 years. It is really heartening to know that during a time when there are so many challenges that we are having as a country, it's from one thing to another, and then to another, and then back to one thing and another. And it goes on and on. So it is actually commendable that despite all the challenges, you have decided to specially recognize those two stalwarts who have served your institution so well. And so let me extend sincere congratulations to Mr. Anthony Norman who has served as lecturer of geography for over 20 years, and to Mrs. Elvie Harvey, who has served as a household helper for 23 years. Both of you distinguished servants had different roles and responsibilities, yet each was essential to the smooth functioning of the departments and areas in which you worked and ultimately serve this noble institution over so many years. I am sure we all recognize and appreciate the valuable contribution that Mr. Norman and Mrs. Harvey would have made to this institution. And I salute both persons for going above and beyond the call of duty as you executed over these many, many years. The fact that there is an activity that has been staged during a pandemic to recognize you, it speaks to the fact that you really have been distinguished servants of this institution. Your commitment to service was not only realized through giving unselfishly to the institution over the last 2 decades and more, but I understand that you were also actively involved in mentoring students and helping to meet the needs of many others outside of the walls of the Church Teachers College. As you prepare, Mrs. Harvey and Mr. Norman, to leave this side of work, may you continue to share your good values with our educators in training. No doubt you have shouldered many personal heavy responsibilities, acting in the best interest of your families, colleagues, and students, and putting your personal interest last. I, however, hope that it is not too late for some of those personal dreams and aspirations that you would have thought of over the years, that you will still be able to achieve these. But I can say in the affirmative, based on what I have read, that the Church Teachers College, and by extension, the Jamaican education system, is much better off for the service that you have provided in this area. So even as you take your leave from the Church Teachers College, I hope you will not entirely cut your ties, but you will continue to support the institution in whatever way you can. So once again, on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, I join with you, Chairman, Principal, members of staff, other board members, students, our teachers, and administrative as well as ancillary staff in saying congratulations to our two noble public servants. And I wish you all the best as you continue or move on into your retirement. May God continue to bless you richly.
Okay. With all protocols observed, good afternoon, my colleagues and distinguished guests and our honorees this afternoon. Today we, today we celebrate Mrs. Harvey and Mr. Norman and give thanks with a grateful heart. A grateful heart because you, Mrs. Harvey, you have served 23 outstanding years to the college, characterized by dedication, pride, and love for the very important role you played in ensuring that the staff and students enjoyed the best environment in which they could thrive. It is my understanding that you cooked and baked your way into people's taste buds and hearts, not only on a local level, but internationally. A grateful heart because you demonstrated excellent human qualities that we often take for granted. And for this, you were loved, and more importantly, you gave love. Something that struck me as I got familiar with your colleagues, with what your colleagues wrote about you, is your love for dancing. We have something in common, which brings a broad smile on my face. Sorry I didn't get to meet you so we could have a dance off. And I would let you choose the era, whether it be mento, ska, reggae, soca, or dancehall. Just maybe they might recall you so we can still have that dance off. Mrs. Harvey, as you enter this new phase of your life, continue being the beautiful, happy person you are. As you have been crowned the dancing queen, keep dancing on life's world stage to enjoy and share your moves and to stay healthy. We give thanks with a grateful heart. Mr. Norman, we give thanks for your service as a lecturer par excellence in geography and social studies. Social studies is one of my loves. It's one of the subjects I taught as a youngster, first year in teaching, English language and social studies. So I share that passion. The JBTE salutes you for the 20 years you spent preparing many of our nation's teachers and for your contribution to the culture of excellence at your beloved Church Teachers College. It is my understanding that you're a serious environmentalist who ensure that you not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk to ensure a green environment at the college. And yes, I have seen your handiwork. Your interest and love for your subject was not limited to the college. And so the JBTE salutes you for your efforts with our youngsters in high schools to keep the interest in geography alive and well. We give thanks with a grateful heart. I leave you both with the words of our national hero, Marcus Messiah Garvey, who said, God and nature first made us what we are. And then out of our own created genius, we make ourselves what we want to be. Follow always that great law. Let the sky and God be your limit and eternity your measurement. You both excelled. And as you enter this new phase of your lives, the Joint Board of Teacher Education wishes you continued success. Continue to share your genius so many more Jamaicans will benefit from your gifts. And may God continue to bless you richly and guide your paths. Thank you.
Mrs. Harvey.
I'm sure you can give a better round of applause. Reverend Charles Danvers, chairman of this evening's function and chairman of the board of directors at the Church Teachers College. Dr. Grace McLean, our acting permanent secretary joining us online. Principal of the college, Dr. Garth Anderson. Our guest speaker, my colleague and friend, Mr. Lindbergh Wright. Dr. Joan Hernandez, manager of the Joint Board of Teacher Education. Dr. Devon Crossfield, president of the Church Teachers College Alumni Association. Distinguished awardees, students, members of the media, colleagues all, good afternoon. Get a bit of good afternoon, otherwise it's not going to be a remark, it's going to be a speech. Again. Good afternoon. Oh, I get the message. It's certainly a pleasure of mine to be here in Mandeville. Everybody know Mandeville is the greatest place in Jamaica, and Manchester is the number one parish. I was saying to Dr. Anderson just now, there is no sign of economic depression at Church Teachers College at all. And probably the time has come to remove that boundary wall that separates that other institution from the college, so that we can have the blessings flowing both ways. But it's certainly a delight to be here with you and to be sharing in this very, very wonderful occasion. Based on the work that I do, we have to always find things to
to laugh about, despite the challenges we are having with the COVID-19 pandemic. And the different stresses that we're encountering every day. We have much to give thanks for, and we have to appreciate life and don't take it for granted. We are in our right minds, and that's something to give thanks for. We're not intoxicated either. I was reading about 3 drunk guys that entered a taxi. I think it's right there in Matthew. The taxi driver knew they were drunk, so he started the engine and turned it off again. He didn't move. Then he said, we reached destination. The first guy gave him money, and the second guy said, thank you. The third guy slapped the driver. The driver was shocked, thinking the third drunk guy knew exactly what he did. But then the driver said, what is that for? The third guy replied, control your speed next time you nearly kill us all. It's always good to be in our right mind, and we are grateful that we are. Colleagues, Jamaica Teachers Association is excited about what is happening here this afternoon. As an association, we continue to embrace professionalism and continue to say thanks to all those who continue to labor long and hard in the vineyard of education. One of my proteges, John Maxwell, says the greatest indication of how well you have run a race is how well you have helped others to run. By running your race well, you have pulled others along the journey, and certainly our education system would be the better for it today. And so I express special commendations to Mr. Anthony Norman. We go way back. Mr. Norman spent years at Manchester High School lecturing at different levels. And I kind of knew he had outgrown our system. I didn't know where he was going, but I know he continued to make a wonderful contribution to the education system at Church Teachers College. And when I think I was just there, just reflecting, and just considering the thousands of lives that you would have impacted, Mr. Norman. And God has been gracious to you, good health, great mind. Put our hands together for Mr. Norman. Mrs. Delvia, I want to extend congratulations to you as well. I always make it very clear at school, that as a team we need to work together, and certainly what the work of the ancillary staff is as important as the work that the teacher does. And so I have this tradition at school where most Monday mornings I will bring up all the ancillary workers on stage and just have the students recognize them. Because I remember on 2 different occasions, school could not start because there were some things that happened overnight and we had to get the ancillary workers quickly moving. And we got our students and some of us got on board as well just to get the school plan up and running. And so the ancillary staff is so critical and integral to the proper functioning of the education system as well. And so I want to commend Dr. Anderson and the staff here at Church Teachers College for this wonderful move. We don't take it for granted. Just to say thanks, is something that ought to be appreciated, because the attitude of gratitude is the winning attitude. And I know that for retirees, there are a few things that just make retirees feel great. One of them is when you can put pen to paper. Just to write to say, we appreciate all that you have done. You don't have to have that with a plaque or on your file. Just to say thanks for the contribution you have made throughout the years, the lives you have touched, and the way you have helped to transform the system. The other thing that works for retirees is when you can have a visitor from the past, meaning someone whose life you have touched to come to you and say, well done. I've been bailed out many times by officers on the road and say, wait, is you Mr. Jim? I'm a past student of Manchester. And whether it's in the police force or in the medical field or elsewhere, we may not have the greatest remuneration, but certainly we continue to touch lives for eternity. We affect lives for eternity. And our influence just doesn't stop here. And so what encourages us a lot is when we have someone from the past or even the present that says, you have impacted my life greatly. What I am today is because of what you have invested in my life. And even some of those of us sitting here, I'm sure, would have been impacted by the lives of these two retirees. So there is when you put pen to paper, when you get a visitor from the past. And the third thing that retirees really appreciate is when you have a sweetener like this, especially if food is going to be involved and family and good friends, and some important visitors and a word, just to say we appreciate all that you have done. And so the Jamaica Teachers Association stands in solidarity with this effort. We salute you. As an association, we continue to lobby for better working conditions and wages for all of our members. I can take Tales out of school a little bit because our chair of salaries and conditions of service is right here. It's right on the platform. And he could confirm that one of the items that we have in the claim is to see for our retirees, to be better compensated. We want a way to attach whatever increase is afforded to teachers in active service, for that to be attached to retirees as well, so that inflation, they can keep up with inflation. At some point in time, each of us is going to be retired. And so that's something that, based on the feedback, as I've been doing some conversations behind the scene, and I know that one is going to be looked on very favorably, because I could stand here and tell you the amount of distresses that our retirees are encountering, even to get their pension on time, and further, to have ongoing increases so that they can stay afloat. And the other thing that we have in there is also to see how best we can have the statutory benefit, the health benefits, continue into retirement in the same way as teachers in active service would, given that it's the most vulnerable time in their lives. And so we continue to applaud efforts like these. And again, I say thank you for the tremendous work that you have done. And God bless you and your onward journey.
Reverend Charles Danvers, Chairman of today's function and Chairman of the Board of Governors, other members of the board, special guests both in person and virtually, Principal Dr. Lord Anderson, awardees, special guest speaker, Mr. Gilbert Wright, and just to add that you were one of the persons who taught me here at Church Jesus College, and we were not only as a lecturer, but you guided us as a friend also, and that was good on your part from very early. Members of staff, students, colleagues, and friends, good afternoon. Today, we as a college community, and in particular the Church Jesus College Alumni Association, meet with you, the past members of the academic and ancillary staff who have retired from the college, to express our gratitude for your contribution or your specific skill sets used for the development of this noble teacher training institution and the formation of teachers for Jamaica and the world. The membership of the CTC Alumni Association dates back to the very first cohort of students who entered these hallowed walls 56 years ago in 1965. That group of pioneers is still active in the life of the college and have recently donated 2 washing machines and a dryer costing over $600,000 for the Luncheon. In 2020, as you, in 2020, as Jamaica underwent lockdowns due to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, members of the alumni engaged in writing articles and letters covering varied topics relevant to the educational needs and practices for the encouragement and influencing of public opinion that were published in the nation's newspapers. Here at CTC, such contributors were led by our principal and member of Batch 33, Dr. Garth Anderson. Yet to be confirmed. said bed bugs, but Virtue, you can, Amala, you can see otherwise than I, right? Very good. Another member is here too. Other members of staff were Samantha Rodney Morrison, Arlene Reed Virtue, and Dr. Stacey Sinclair, while from the alumni office, we had Mr. David McLean. Of significance, the fact that one of our retirees is Mr. Anthony Norman, who is the immediate past president of the Alumni Association. Mr. Norman did not only contribute as an academic staff, but he gave sterling contribution in leadership to the Alumni Association, in transforming it into an autonomous body that is very, very influential in the life of the school. Mrs. Harvey, how can we forget your caring attitude and your entertainment each time we met, each time we went on a retreat? We look forward for that entertainment. Membership of the Alumni Association does not consist only of past students who attended the college, but it includes you, the past members of the academic and ancillary staff who have retired. For the Alumni Association, you are associate members, and we are grateful for your contribution during these many years to this college. It was Edward Ward Beecher who said that gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Today, that blossom bears fruits of thankfulness and association as we recognize your hard work and years of dedication. As you end one chapter, another one begins. Welcome your newfound freedom. May there be good health, joy in abundance, and peace in heart and mind from this day forward and each day that follows your newfound freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Crossfield. Ladies and gentlemen, you will notice that on the program itself, although you have a menu at the back, but there is no provision for dinner or supper or lunch. Anyway, during the next item, and also being followed by some additional music or entertainment, we will have the service of the meal. I am not the one in charge of that. I am not in the kitchen. So the kitchen people, please direct us as to exactly how we need to be served. And I would suggest that if nobody else, the guest speaker gets served first. Because after, no, the JJ person can be. Worse like go in there and cross the road and go get something. You see, when you know, make people know your business is not a good thing. Yeah, so during that time, the meal will be served. And after the meals have been, all have been served, and the guest speaker is in a position to speak, the introduction of the guest speaker will be done by Mrs. Sweetland Palmer. And after the guest speaker, the presentation by Dr. Chen Wellington. So I will not be making individual announcements. The program will flow from here on until we get to the time of the reading of the citation. So the item now by Mr. Ashley and Mr. Edwards. Just one important piece of information that I forgot. In your program, you will see an envelope with the word mask. When you are, whether you go to collect and carry to you in a story field, you will put your mask in a this. Please insert your mask in the envelope while you dine so that it is protected. And after you have completed your culinary delights, you may return the mask to your face. We are still in COVID. COVID still.
Let us pause to say grace. Our God, our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this opportunity of meeting together in discussion. And Lord, as we want to thank you for what you have provided for us to partake of. And so, Lord, we ask that you bless it to our bodies and our bodies to your service. Amen.
started fire. I never did the work for it. It's like, oh, what's going on? Like, it was hard to put that. Right, right.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Observe the established protocol. The pleasure is mine to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Lindbergh Wright, at this prestigious event in honor of two persons who I hold dear to my heart. Mr. Lincoln Wright is a man that is no stranger to the Church Teachers College family, having been a part of us from the year 2000 to 2004. I find him to be very intentional when he speaks, and his conciseness always commands my attention. He hails from the idyllic parish of Trelawney that boasts one of Jamaica's favorite rum provisions and the world's fastest man. Mr. Wright is currently the president of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, JAS, and principal of his alma mater, William Lee Memorial High School. Please help me to welcome our most anticipated guest speaker, Mr. Lindbergh Wright.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you, Moya. Forgive me if you don't hear me saying Mrs. Sultan Palmer, but I know her name very well. She's my reluctant secretary at my very reluctant but very good secretary at the Salaries and Foundations of Services Committee of the Jamaica Teachers Association. Reverend Charles Danvers, chairman of the Church Teachers College. You know, my having on the mic, I shouldn't say the church teachers college, I said the mic, but I've never been one of those persons, so don't worry, all right? I really feel that to put everything to rest, I feel more part of here than mic. Really? I mean that. Reverend Charles Daniels, Principal Dr. Anderson, we have had the Permanent Secretary Dr. Grace McLean, President of Jamaica Teachers Association, and my very good friend also, Mr. Jasper Gabriel, members of the academic staff, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, awardees this evening, retirees, Tony Norman, where you go? Mr. Smith, you love the food long time when I ease up in, either to cook or to eat it. Good evening, good afternoon. Right. So I started jotting down something, but to tell you the truth, it don't feel formal, and it's no disrespect. I feel like I'm home and I just want to talk to you. Right? I want to talk to people, and you just keep remembering everything and everybody. Because I'm seeing my very good friend Jean Wellington, Dr. Jean, it's Wellington, Ched Wellington. She knows how we used to work, but she and I came here together. It's very, and that's good. We know Miss Jenny, right? But I think just to share a story, when we came here in 2000, I think Mr. Norman, Jean, Sandra Green, who else? Mayor was here, there was one other person, I think it was 6 of us. And Janice. And let me tell you something, when we came here, there was a principal, Miss Daphne, name is Minor. I always call her the magnificent Maggie Minor. After our first year of working, she had us in what we call the protocol house. I don't know if you call it that now. But we had Mr. President to go through one of the most rigorous sessions of evaluation there was. So after we went through the evaluation, everything was okay in our minds. B plus and A and everything. She called us and said, you know, I'm going to appoint you this year. And I'm going to appoint you this year. And poor girl is a man and everybody was quarreled to whole summer. Whole summer quarreled, and I think one of us gave her a call and spoke to her, and we got her appointment because at that time it meant so much. And I'm watching Tony Norman now retiring. I'm wondering how unfair life is because we came here together. But he's retiring. And then Miss Daphne, guys, so we know him. Yeah? You're alright with a father, Miss Daphne? I never be able to talk so long. Because all the time I've been around, Miss Daphne just but I never knew she could dance. I heard it from Joan. And she's a dancer. But I want to congratulate both of you. Really would love to congratulate both of you, and in this really intimate session that we're having, no matter, in this really intimate session that we're having, as I said, I just wanted to be conversational. You know, I just want us to talk a little bit, and I want to. He's really looking at me so far. My person is on. So that's the reason I got up on the phone, because I see RD there, I see Mr. Wapas, there was somebody I met, and there's that Mrs. Wisdom, and there's that Mrs. Wisdom used to call her brother. Eh? You tell me some foolish stuff, the man who that certain things can't hide. So I got information very, very well, but somebody I used to spend a lot of time bothering. So Robin, everybody who's around, I'm not going to be in trouble with the call the names. But understand that everybody, this Darren Carter, Lawrence, everybody in Mara. I mean, I don't know what going on with that, and somebody took her away. But all of these people have been people who made life wonderful to the short 4.5 years I was there. And I can imagine what it was for these other two persons. So I want to congratulate you. I know you have been in good hands and you look like happy retirees. You look like people who are saying, boy, we are happy to retire. I don't know if you're happy to be out of here because you're afraid of a certain gentleman sitting to my far right. You're not afraid of him. Because it's big man, no, you know. He's alright, he's not good. I give him trouble, I give him trouble. Right, but that's the spirit. That's the spirit in which we have work and everything. But I just take it up to remember the fees that was given to me. Because I heard that from your founders week. Your theme is dedicated to the mission, strategic positioning for the future. And there's a few words and things like that. And in the context of two persons retiring and getting to a point in life where we're living in a world where one of the big things now here that is young people time. Really having an unfortunate time because there are some people who even feel that the way we're managing COVID, we're not managing it in the interest of people who have comorbidities, who are like elderly people. That our policies for the elderly are things that are not as well developed because the elderly seem not to be as enthusiastic when they are to follow elections as the young people know. When you get the old people following on the buses and all of that kind of things, they may vote to vote. But you're measured now by a number of things. If you notice now, for example, you might become a new set of consumers. You're no longer human beings again, it's what you buy. And then maybe because you're not so techy, People don't take to you. Because what matters now is who can buy the iPhone, and they claim that there are many people at a certain point who can't, I mean, in certain age who can't use those things well. So you're not a consumer. You know, if you want to remain a human being, and for that, sometimes you're punished. So I look in a strategic position in what really that should be. And if you notice the world, you know, when I worked at Proceeds, right, that wasn't in my thing because I didn't love in global trans. When I worked at Proceeds, I remember the first time I saw a sign, what is your net worth? It was a Scotiabank sign going in the neighborhood. And I don't know if you notice, I know both Mr. Daphne and Mr. Norman will have grown in time. When your parents said, oh, you're worthless, it had nothing to do with money. No, when you hear how much you're worth, it doesn't matter how your value still. It doesn't matter how you got there. What matters is how much you're worth, not what you're worth in terms of the substance of the person. And I know that these two people are coming from that era where being worthwhile was far more important than what you're worth. And I'm going to that to just say that one of the big things now is that if you're not progress and prosperity is about material things, is about status, is about money, is about maybe some building you can put up. And it's hardly having anything regardless of how you build the school. What kind of person are you? And if at the end of it all, you figure you have all these things, at least when you come and realize that's nothing. Because if as two retirees, you never build relationships with people. So at this stage of your lives, now understand that the connections that you build are going to be what keeps you running. Not a WhatsApp group. Talking about that. Not about real people come look for you, and if you trust them and you know they're COVID free, they can touch you and hug you. Those things are important. Once a man and twice a child. And there are many people who don't like talking about these things. But we have got to prepare for those things by the relationships we build. And one of the things now we're building many connections, but we're not building relationships. So everybody's connected on WhatsApp group. You ask them who their friend they are, what they feel, what they like, they don't know. Because there are some things that we're not paying attention to. And I mean, my big wish, you know this in Iraq, it speaks to nurturing strength of spirit to shield you. I won't go to the soul of this thought because maybe those things come. But the important thing is to build yourselves up on those things. Many people don't want to tell you about that. One of the things I like to talk about is exercise and how you eat. Those things are important because you could have a good retirement pension some more. If your state of mind not good, you're not going to be wondering. And I just quickly now to the whole idea of strategic positioning. If you notice, most times we go to these conferences now we talk about technology. And I have no problems with technology. What I have a problem with is the lack of balance. And the weaknesses of many of us who feel that if we don't see technology, we are not with it. Right? So that there are many of us who feel less than ourselves, less than being humans. You ever see somebody leave their phone one morning and always like to leave them in a yard? Anytime you start responding to that like technology, there's something wrong with your soul. You're not just saying you wrong with your soul, and you got to take some check. And all I'm saying is that strategic positioning needs to have technology. I don't have any problems with that. But strategic positioning also needs to be about how we care for each other. So if, Mr. Principal, that is the way you want to go, and that is the way you intend to go, I hope that there is care at the heart of it. I hope that there is social responsibility at the heart of it. I hope that there is empathy at the heart of it. I hope that there is sincerity at the heart of it. Because when you go among workers sometimes, the lowest moments that we have sometimes as workers is when we feel that there's no sincerity from ourselves or sincerity from leadership. And if that is something that is built into the strategic positioning of the college, I know that Ms. Daphne and Mr. Norman will be happy about leaving because it's left in good hands. And one of the things I want to say, because I'm not going to be long about anything, just some thoughts, is that I know Mr. Norman is involved in environment, something I'm involved in very big. And I'm very proud of him. I know he's a geography teacher and he did his thing. And there are many of you who don't know that the biggest issue now, all the things we want to talk about in the world, is global warming. That's the biggest issue. And I'm happy that there is somebody who has some time to dedicate to that. And sir, may I beg you put your voice to the cockpit country thing. Right? One of the things that's not on it is that I'm chairman of Southern Children Environmental Agency at the sea, doing the fight for the cockpit country. I've been vilified by people in government because I've written, and I'm very strong in that thought. Because I think they're lying about things, and there are some of us who have to stand up and prove about what matters to us. Miss Daphne, you don't have to worry about technology because technology can't cook. So if that is the way you figure you out to go and make a living, when you cook sweet savory, no computer, no speaker, no form of technology, no software can cook the food for people. So you'll always be loved. You notice how by the roadside people that stop to buy their food is a computer shop them stuff, No matter what they want to do, the cook shops are more important than the Wi-Fi houses all over the place because we have to eat. So your thing set, locked, so you don't have to worry. So these two things are begging both that you have a fight to do for us. You know, make sure you cook the meals and then what it does, you can take that away from you. And so now I'm serious. A lot of us are needed on this side for the environment. There are many people who don't pay attention to that. We are about putting up buildings, we are about putting up roads, and many of us have young children, grandchildren going. And the Greeks have a thing to say, when you plant a tree, you plant it for yourself, you plant it in generations down the road. When you don't destroy one, it's the same kind of thing. But I'm saying all of these things and I'm looking to synthesize all of them and to end and stop worrying. It's just to have us understand that we live in a world now where I have a huge problem, I'm telling you the truth. I'm a principal and I struggle with many things. I do everything in terms of trying to make the technology work. Right? Stream up the schools, spend all the money, all that kind of thing, but I have one problem. So no, I have a problem with the fact that when I'm going into my house in Jamaica now, it's not technology I worry about. We just work over the something happen. The number one thing in our mentality right now is crime and crudity and crassness. And technology can fix that. So the positioning that we're going to have has got to be about how we extend ourselves as human beings, extend our souls, extend our spirit, extend our prayers, extend our philosophies about life, about how we help Jamaicans, the young ones, to get rid of this cruelty and this crudity and this crassness that is really arresting us. And if my wish is for our retirees to really go in peace and live well, and not have to box up in any kind of gated community, but you can be free. That's a dream I have. But like Martin Luther King, I do want to the mountain top. This is the Protestant about that bit. No matter how much money we have spent. I don't want to get into another. I'm just simply saying that every single one of us, the appreciation we have to show to these people who have worked long and hard is about ensuring that every single strategy we think of, every mission we have, is a mission that has heart, even if technology is at the center of it. The heart of it must be the sincerity. You know those fruit of the spirit the Bible talks about, those things called cool at it. Hard to come by because you can't write up a development plan for those things. Your life has to be nurtured like that. And every single thing you do in the environment work has to be imbued by those things. You try with them, and people will catch on to them. right? People catch on to them. And I love this place, Church Jesus College Jamaica, because one of the things I always talk about Mrs. Nina. I not quite tell you that I never had my moments with her. But one of the things she wanted every single thing when I was here, Sir Anderson, she wanted the philosophy. Mr. Ryan did philosophy, and I noticed that did philosophy, and so you have to come and talk to the students in principal session. Yeah, that's what she did her thing. But the point I'm making is that I always get the sense that Church Jesus College has always been about building values. Many of us might disagree, we might have take certain things, but there has been a consistency in that mission. And I don't want that to stop. In terms of the founders, we wonderful thing, Mr. Principal, keep the tradition going. It's nice. Wonderful seeing everybody, Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Foster, right? Two of them, remember the name, it took me a while, but I never got called till you come. You know those things. I'm good, right? I'm good with that because it's one of those things. I too, Mr. Anderson, getting older like you. Alright? Your son. Come look, how much room? I'm just giving you some trouble, alright? But I'm just saying I had some wonderful times here. I'm happy for what I'm seeing. And this doesn't feel like, it just feels like a conversation I come out. So if it don't sound like what you have to expect, like some rolling, rousing thing, I don't mean that. Simple, sincere, to the point, and nothing to the negative. So don't eat now, so I don't want to stop and drag everything. God bless and take care. Congratulations to the 12, alright?
Mr. Right, affectionately known as Right. Mr. Right. On behalf of the Church Teachers College family, I would like to thank you for your stimulating, thought-provoking, entertaining, engaging, and delightful presentation. Yes. And so, I am so happy that you were able to bring that out of what is important. We can get lost in the technology, lost in the plan, but what really matters is our love for one another. So thank you very much. And I now present you this basket as a token of our appreciation for gracing us with your presence and for your invaluable contribution to today's function. Kindly receive with our gratitude.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Red. As Mr. Red said, if you believe good and to live simply and humbly. I met this young man, he's still young, man, Almaty is still young. I met Mr. Wright when he went to begin one of the newest high schools in the island at the time, Troy High in Trelawney. I have been working in those parts of Virginia then. And the education officer who was his direct supervisor had a love for him, but she said, God, he said, like, easy going. I said, no problem, sit down with him and work with him because he's a young man that has good ideas and he's going to go places. So, Mr. Wright, future president of the GATA, I would like to. It goes without saying. I mean, it's because I had drum shit at one point where I didn't get to that point. But Mr. Wright is going to go there because he's not going drum shit. So thank you again, sir, for those wise words. I just want to say briefly, ladies and gentlemen, on the matter of technology, I am one of those who who share some of the sentiments of Mr. Right. Technology is important, and technology is something that is always evolving. You know, for example, when did cable come to Jamaica? And I don't know when cable will come to Jamaica. Eh? 2000 something. Your head gone bad. Cable there in Jamaica back in the 1950s. There was cable radio in Jamaica. RQ. And you don't know about radio fusion? RJR. Radio Jamaica and rediffusion. You got your radio station RJR by cable. They don't teach. But guess what? These days, because we have cable television, people just think of cable as being cable television. But we had cable in Jamaica from then. The technology has evolved. Huh? Now, technology is important, but I agree sometimes we don't recognize the kinds of pitfalls associated with technology. You realize that technology has caused a whole lot of thief to the world. Remember, somebody like put it plain and simple. Whole lot of thief the world, from high to middle and low places. Whole lot of thief by technology. Yeah? You see what happened with the jump over there? Technology not put to its proper use, not fortified in the way it ought to be. Talking about technology, Mr. President, JTA President, the Jamaican education system in the late 1960s and early 70s and going up into a part of the 80s was on the cusp of technology at the time that was available. And guess what? A whole by India in the Ministry of Education dropped the ball. Huh? And then you remember a thing called EBS, Educational Broadcasting Service. Yes, we had the use of radio and the use of television to assist with the delivery of lessons. So when people start scoring out last year and are prayed by excitement and mayhem about connection and connectivity and so on, the ball had been dropped a long time ago, and we had not looked at it in a developmental way and structured it properly. So we as persons in the fraternity of education need to lobby, need to speak out, need to write, need to talk out, because we have an interest in technology being employed in practical and useful ways. But we should not allow technology to become the humbug of the education system. And Mr. Norman, Ms. Daphne, I'm going to do a little piece of suggestion. You see, like me now, I retired from this is my 11th year of retirement. And look at me now. Next year we'll hit 70. Next year we'll hit 70. What do you want now? You see something that I call lifestyle diseases. Listen to them back way. Me not have nothing to do with them. You see what I had earlier on? You see that thing called the rice? Me avoid it like a plague. I told my wife earlier this morning, I said, I'm going to a function at church in just about. Please don't prepare any dinner for me. This is my last heavy meal for the day. When it reaches 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, me no eat no heavy normally. There are occasions when you break the rule. The only thing I might indulge in very liberally up to 9 o'clock is a good bowl of ice cream. When I am buying ice cream, I buy the 2-gallon box of ice cream. Because when I eat ice cream, I eat ice cream. But I don't eat it every day. So, every night. No, man. So nice. My point is, Mr. Norman and Mr. Daphne, look here. You see, when you retire, when you feel to do, don't become constrained by certain isms and schisms, but do what you do with moderation and with common sense. You're not fit and young again, camera up and down like first time. So have one very good breakfast and one very good meal somewhere around like this time of the day, but then I'm not open in the 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. It will sit down by you. It will sit down by you and it will kill you. So, choose and hear what you do. My final piece of advice. Find time to treat yourself. I think it was about 3 or 4 years after I retired. A friend of mine said to me one day, how about a trip to South Africa someday? I said, good. I'm going home and tell the wife, I said, hey, how it's so for the guys South Africa. She said, that's something good. So, we went South Africa. Spend some money and go spend about 3 weeks down there. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your retirement. Look here, when you're dead, but one thing you sure of, you're dead. So before you're dead, and people may have the money when you save up, and sell out the land when you die. Spend some money on yourself. Live some good life. If you want to drink champagne, drink champagne. No matter what somebody tell you, so you have to drink fruit juice. Tell you about this non-alcoholic. Not the news, it's fruit juice. It's either fruit juice or a wine. So if you want one drink, you have to be a red wine good for you, especially in the evening. A glass of red wine is good in the evening. No, you don't drink too much. You just don't like the wine, go drink one more bottle. No, like a good glass in the evening. So, my word to you, Mr. Norman and Mr. Daphne, enjoy what God has blessed you with. You have labor. You see me? Friday I come. Me Ghana St. Mary. Me have only family wedding. Me never know what I do. Because the idea was not to make money. The idea was to produce certain things to myself. Not last week. The week before I went to wedding. And you know one of the things that I read? Some turmeric. A plant more turmeric. Me have me thing dried and powdered, Yes, we can make me curry. We can make me tea with it if you want. Me no buy banana. Me no buy plantain. Me no buy coconut by the way. This morning before the cook, me grade about 20 coconut. Me go buy the eye tomorrow morning. Yes, man, coconut I use. That's why I look young, fresh and green. Mister, you can still look young, fresh and green, but you have to take care of your body. Mr. Norman, nobody invite too much. Do it in moderation. And be careful of the kind of stuff that you throw. So, I don't know if there's someone who's going to be coordinating this part of it, where the recipients, do I just announce them? Mr. Marlon Virtue, you're going to be doing your thing, and Miss Scott will be doing her thing. So you come forward.
Pleasant afternoon, all. Still can't refuse to visit. It is indeed an honor to be here this afternoon. I don't know if many of you know how honored I am, and just to say that I believe, what Mr. Wright taught me, I believe in the natural laws of the universe. By right, Miss Palm ought to have been here today, but that was just by organization. But by the universe, I was the one who was supposed to be here. For that reason, the honor is mine to be sitting in front of so many distinguished people. Mr. Gabriel, Dr. Anderson, Mr. Norman, and Mr. Gabriel came here and said, oh, Mr. Norman and I go far back. Let me just tell Mr. Gabriel just how far back our family will go. Mr. Norman's father taught my father. And Mr. Norman taught me. And when Mr. Norman's son went to university, I was the one he came to. So we go back 3 generations, if not more, Mr. Gabriel. So, just so you know, get it right next time around. Mr. Norman, Ms. Daphne, it is indeed an honor, as I said before, to be here this afternoon. And as I said, just want to thank you for your immeasurable commitment, your dedication, your service to the system of education. So, for Mr. Anthony Norman, I'm indeed honored to read your citation. Here beginning. Mr. Anthony Norman, from September 2000 to September 2020. Yes, let me start again. Come here, Mr. Norman. 6 feet apart. Still can't get used to it. Let me go again. From September 2000 to September 2020, you distinguished yourself by your commendable service as a lecturer and acting senior lecturer of Church's College, Mandarin. Your unwavering love for your discipline, or should I say our discipline, your unmatched resourcefulness and your invaluable experiences all played an essential role in the development of this noble institution. Your wealth of knowledge and noteworthy involvements not only benefited the college, but also several other institutions and communities, which is a testament of your professional authority, civic-mindedness, and sheer excellence. Like Julius Caesar, you certainly and rightfully proclaim, Beni, Bidi, Vici. I came, I saw, and I certainly conquered. Mr. Norman, we are indeed grateful you came. You answered the call to satisfy pedagogical responsibilities as a lecturer of geography and social studies, which you successfully accomplished. Your readiness to do well manifested itself in your passion and enthusiasm to undertake new tasks. As you transitioned to the new expectations and duties, you showed admirable initiative, but were never afraid to seek advice. Significantly, your students, and I am one of them, your students were positively impacted by your natural curiosity and spirit of adventure, which complemented well the content and stewardship you inculcated over the years. With nostalgia, your students still recall the places to which you introduced them and the meticulous way in which you conducted your reconnaissance and preparations for your field trips and excursions. You certainly impressed them with your rich knowledge about cultural heritage, local history, flora, fauna,
geographical features, geological features of every nook and cranny in this nation of ours, Jamaica. Your famous khaki utility vest not only signal your intention of an excursion that is impending, but also remain a symbolism of your keen awareness, insightfulness, and expertise. Outstandingly, you coached and guided your students to success with your patience and fatherly disposition. Additionally, your tendency to meet the challenges and with tenacity and optimistic outlook set an example of dogged determination for your students to emulate. The college rewards you for seeing the need for a more environmentally active and aware community. Your penchant for environmental protection resulted in your effectual functioning as staff advisor for the Church Teachers College Geographical Society and chair of the environmental committee through which you mobilized necessary action. You initiated a tree planting drive that invited all members of the college community to participate. As well, you encouraged garbage sorting and recycling as you exemplified responsible behaviors that promoted environmental sustainability. You also satisfied well your responsibility for our greenhouse project as you aim to attain your environmental visions and serve in leadership capacities. Students, members of faculty, and support staff experience pleasurable opportunities to work with you, cooperative and conscientious team player. Additionally, you embodied a peaceful character as you demonstrated a knack for diffusing tensions with a delayed response, or not at all, positive words, and a sense of humor as always. Notably, you conquered the demands of your regular duties and still managed to participate in other areas of responsibilities, volunteerism, professionalism, and professional activities. The college applauds you for ably functioning as vice chair and acting chair for the cultural committee, president of the Jamaica chapter of the Church Teachers College Alumni Association. You collaborated with members of geography rather, and social studies board of studies in the development of Teachers Colleges of Jamaica and also for the University of the West Indies Bachelor in Education program in geography and social studies. In addition, you were responsible for the design, research, and writing of the Social Studies Bachelor of Education Consortium of Institutions for Teacher Education course, Introduction to Geography. As a teacher, trainer, you extended yourself to being a trainer of in-service primary and secondary geography and social studies teachers for the Ministry of Education's implementation of the National Standards Curriculum. Mr. Norman, you also conquered the threats of a loss of interest in high school geography through your community service. Through the college's outreach program and by your personal efforts, you, Mr. Norman, assisted several countless schools across Jamaica with planning and executing geography fieldwork activities and with the successful completion of school-based assessment projects. Your relentless commitment to advancing geography education and inspiring interest at the national level led to your membership in the professional groups, including the UWI Geographical Society and the Geographic Teachers Association of Jamaica, of which you have also served in the capacity as past president. Your distinctive accomplishments culminated a distinguished career in your service to this college and reflect great credit upon you. Church Teachers College Mandeville has been blessed with your amiable personality and a model character of integrity, and we pray that God further enriches your life as you continue to offer your service to the field of education.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony Norman, for your service.
On behalf of the Church Teachers College Board of Management, it is my pleasure to present you. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon. I feel rather privileged to be able to read this citation for Miss Harvey. I know the struggle that we have. I still hold it and I still cherish it today. Right? Citation from Miss L.B. Harvey. Miss L.B. Harvey, you have outstanding service to Church Teachers College Manual from January 1997 to March 2020. Over the span of these 23 years of consistent service in the post of household helper, your dedication to your job and the pride you displayed while ensuring your duties were completed well marked you as an exceptional and memorable ancillary worker. You took a business-like approach to catering in your primary duty, which was to maintain the cleanliness of the principal's and vice principal's offices. You were quite serious about giving excellent service, and others knew they had to provide the necessary products and tools you needed to ensure remarkable cleaning services. One of the qualities that was most admired was your tendency to go the extra mile as you serve both internal and external customers. Certainly, this did not go unnoticed as you used your initiative to expertly complete duties which made it easy for you to be supervised. Once your task was defined, no one had to remind you to accomplish them. Neither was it necessary for you to be constantly guided. You even took on the task of reminding and encouraging your co-workers to complete tasks. During briefings, you boldly voiced how important it was for all members of the team to do their jobs correctly. And you would often declare, no shaming, because we're working at the same department. Miss Harvey, Church Teachers College will remember you for more than just your impeccable ethics. You were loved and respected by external customers as well as professors from the Temple University. Your reputation of being accommodating, a good cook, and baker was known near and far by these professors. They would often request your services before they arrived to the island. Your habit of giving superb service resulted in guests often expressing that they want to stay and listen longer because they felt at home.
You were known for having the college's and your co-workers' best interests at heart. It was your geniusness and friendliness that caused everyone to affectionately call you Miss Daphne. We will remember you as an active participant in the life of the college as you shared your time and energy and talents. You were most popularly known for your confidence and dancing skills, which you displayed during staff socials and retreats. Whenever you went on stage, you took the spotlight and everyone anticipated your moves that always stole the show. Another fun memory of you is your participation in the 5K fun, run, and walk. When your determination to achieve your goal of completing the walk caused you to refuse vehicle services that you were offered. This represented your commitment, endurance, and incomparable spirit. Undoubtedly, you will always be remembered for your jovial personality and kindness. Your co-workers appreciated your tightly wrapped treats, which made each person feel special. Many benefited from your care and motherly love, and you willingly shared through concern, counsel, and help that you gave to individuals. Overall, you got along extremely well with your fellow staff members and did not allow discontentment to spoil your relationships. Ms. Harvey, as you reflect on the quality and standard of your work and worth at Church College, we offer a prayer of thanksgiving. We hold dear to our hearts and in our memories your unwavering dedication to maintaining high standards and your dependability, which were in keeping with the highest traditions at Church College. From the chairman, board of management, principal, and staff at Church Teachers College Mandeville, given to you this day, Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021.
On behalf of Board of Management of Church Jesus Christ, I'd like to give you this token of appreciation. You have so much to know that it was with ministry. And I really have some fond memories of you. And it's good to see you. And also who pre-story. Dinosaur, you and I. I can assure you, Miss Jackson, I don't have COVID and you don't have. What about
I suspected something was in the air. When I saw this kind of sexy look on Miss Daphne, I was wondering what was happening. I know that Jeffrey is a man sometimes up to mischief, but it was good mischief today. Just to advise, these is the music when they are stop playing.
Two donkey can bray one time. Thank you. Nobody can. Because it's all sweet, but not really thing. Just to advise that each of the retirees receive a citation and plaque from the principal and staff and a gift certificate of their choice from the board of management. So that's why you saw each of them receiving 3 different items. At this time, I invite Mr. Norman to reply on behalf of the retirees, and this will be followed by Dr. Dempster in the vote of thanks.
Reverend John was chairman of the college board and this function. We earlier heard from Dr. Grace McLean, from the Secretary, Ministry of Education. Dr. Anderson, Principal, Church Teachers College. Dr. Epstein, Dr. Cleveland Robinson, Vice Principals. Dr. Jones Spencer Hernandez, Manager of Joint Board Teacher Education. And Prime Minister Jasper Gabriel. President, Jamaica Teachers Association. Mr. Lindbergh Wright, former colleague, and certainly good to see you, currently serving your alma mater as principal. Dr. Evan Crosby, President of the Church Teachers College Alumni Association. Other members of faculty, my former colleagues, members of the alumni present, students, and our special invited guests and friends. You know, when I was asked to do this response, my initial reaction was, you know, I was being asked to speak on behalf of Miss Harvey and myself. Who, by the way, until recently, I only knew her as Miss Daphne. I know I find out that she's Miss Elby Harvey. But anyway, still Miss Daphne. But I really wanted to go up to the task. For those of us who know Miss Daphne, will be well acquainted with her incomparable means of self-expression, verbal and non-verbal. And I would not be surprised if persons who have been wowed by her didn't opt to take me down and have her instead deliver this response. Well, my initial response having been expressed, I will persist with my few remarks in my style. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. And you know, it's interesting how thoughts at this time tend to converge. Because appreciation makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. If this occasion didn't happen, it would not have diminished my recognition and enjoyment of the great qualities of this institution and the people I have associated with during my tenure. Hey, don't get me wrong. participating in this occasion of recognition and affirmation by all means intensifies the feeling of worth and achievement, which may sometimes become lost in the mundane daily pursuits. I want to say on behalf of Miss Daphne and myself, we certainly appreciate the effort, the planning, the execution of this evening's event, and it has measured up to every standard that we have come to recognize as Church Teachers College. Thank you. You know, this afternoon, when I said to Ms. Daphne, you know, I'm responding for both of us. And I was trying to get her on the phone forever, but she said that her phone wasn't working. So I said to Ms. Daphne, listen, you need to tell me something I need to sit down small. Without batting her eyelid. The first, she mentioned 3 people, and I hope the fact that she mentioned these 3 people don't make anybody else feel away. Right? But she said, boy, she really appreciated Dr. Anderson, Mrs. Watson, and our good friend, Miss Dawn. You know, I very often encountered Miss Daphne on that corridor. And believe me, she was always this very accommodating and helpful person. I don't understand why she was always on the corridor, because her responsibility was looking after the principal's office, I think the vice principals, which she looked forward to, because she said, boy, Mr. Anderson always leaves nice things. Especially in the break room. And if she was feeling a little peckish, she would have been able to partake, no problem, to her heart's desire. You know, these are some of the things, I guess, we remember and we appreciate. And I remember Miss Daphne for always helping me with an extra garbage bag if I had to pick up something, or a cup, or a spoon, right? And this, I think, basically, in a sense, tells us about the institution. This afternoon, I declare to my church teachers college family, which includes the alumni. You have indeed changed my life, and I don't think I could ever tell you how much you mean to me. I can't imagine what things would be like if I hadn't met you. That was 45 years ago. When I enrolled as a student in this institution, I had not previously heard about, and I could Google. I was educated here and developed a sense of calling to be an educator that I have never lost. Returning to my alma mater years later, well, now 21 years, I became engaged in an expedition, an encounter in which I experienced enlightenment, engagement, encouragement, empathy in an environment that engendered excellence. And for all these things, for people who were patient with me, for the persons who encouraged me, and I must apologize for the absence of my father, Mr. Danville, the Reverend Danville, who this year, at 95, has been retired for the last 35 years. And I have the pleasure and the blessing of interacting with him relatively often. And although I get asked about my family every day, anytime I see, how is your wife? How are your children? How many children do you have again? Etc. But it is still a good conversation. And I want to thank I want to thank the persons who, and I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of Mrs. Daphne, the persons who composed those very comprehensive. I said to my wife when I sat down, boy, what a thing when you hear it all one time. Because boy, when you're working through it, you really don't feel it. But when you hear it all piled on one time, boy, I guess you can say when it was worth it. I just want to say a big thank you to my family, thank you to Michelle, who has been with me in this journey. I know that she will agree that Church Jesus College has certainly improved me. Even though it did keep me away from her quite a bit sometimes, but it improved. I still remember when Dr. Robinson and myself were at, I think it was Four Seasons, one of those hotels in Kingston, at one of those functions, environmental training session. When I told him, listen, I think my wife has just had a baby. Well, that baby is sitting right there. And I've stopped showing her first pictures. But, you know, life has been good. And remember that was coming right. Just give me a minute. I just wanted us to see where I'm starting. What we're looking for. Well, I suppose I'm going to keep it though. I'm going to keep it though. A few people have actually said that it looks like I've lost a little weight. Well, I've enjoyed myself, so I cannot complain. But I just want to say, to God be the glory, and thank Him for what He enabled me to do. And I'm sure Ms. Daphne also shares that sentiment. And we thank you for your thinking of us so well. And I thank you for the opportunities that you gave us to serve. I do pray, even as Mr. Wright has encouraged, that as this institution goes forward, you know, it has some very beneficial core values. Recognition of individual worth. I'm a beneficiary of that. Excellence in all endeavors. That was something I strived for. Integrity and honesty. Kindness, love, and wisdom. Environmental care. Collegiality, commitment, and loyalty. Total reliance on God only. I'm sure as we go forward, having benefited from this institution, and as this institution goes forward, I'm sure that God will continue to be with you. Thank you.
Chairman of this afternoon's function, and our board chairman, Reverend Charles Daniels, members of the head table, ladies and gentlemen, our chief guests, Mr. Norman and Ms. Daphne, Today marks another significant day in the life of our college. A day when we extend sincere appreciation to two who have served us with excellence for over 43 years, our dear friends and colleagues. We truly appreciate you, Mr. Norman and Ms. Daphne, and I'm extremely pleased to extend thanks to you for allowing us to host you today. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that this was a very prestigious function, don't you? Yeah. Special thanks to our guest speaker, Mr. Lindbergh Wright. I noticed your parachute, but you never remember me. I stayed there and I said I'm going to take it up with you. But never mind, we'll make it over. Yeah. Thank you, sir, for reminding us of the importance of what it means to have real worth. Thank you for reminding us to nurture strength of spirit that will shield us, and to remind us that strategic positioning should be about how we care for each other. Thank you that you emphasize the importance of values, those things that are going to make our society work. Thank you, Reverend Ganders, for the very able way in which you led the activities in such a seamless and interesting way. I like when you get them with accuracy. Thanks to Mrs. Watson for offering prayer and for our principal for the very warm welcome extended to all of us. We are grateful to our very ardent stakeholders who brought greetings and remarks. Our chairman, Reverend Danvers, Dr. Grace McLean, our acting permanent secretary, Mrs. Dr. Joan Spencer Hernandez of the Joint Board of Teacher Education, Mr. Jasper Gabriel, President of the JTA. Thank you, sir. Mr. Devon Crosby, the President of the CTC Alumni. Thanks to Ms. Williams, Mr. Ashley, Mr. Edwards, and Dr. Bailey for entertaining us. We thank Mrs. Stephen Palmer, Dr. Chen Wellington, and Mrs. Time, and Mr. Charlton for making presentations on our behalf. Thank you, Mr. Bertie. Thank you, Ms. Scott, for making special presentations to our retirees. We thank you, Mr. Norman, for responding on behalf of Ms. yourself and Ms. Daphne. That's Ms. Daphne, Ms. Daphne. Notice I said Mr. Norman, I said Ms. Daphne. Ms. Daphne took very good care of me in my office, and she would always come up with a planting or two, and she was always inquiring about my children. So how you daughter? You know, and those things mean a lot, Ms. Daphne. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that this function would not have been a success without the hard work put on by other members of the team who worked behind the scenes. So thank you, Ms. Dorothy Lawrence and members of the Functions and Ceremonies Committee, Ms. Scott and Ms. Siggles, who fed us and made this place as beautiful as it is. Thanks to Mr. Moore and his team, and our medical team of one, our invaluable nurse Tinker. She kept us sanitized. Thanks to Mr. Headley and the IT team. And thanks to all of the members of staff who contributed to the preparation for this function. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great pleasure to have members of staff, other members of staff, family members of the retirees. Nice to see you, Mrs. Norman. Mrs. Norman is ever with us, right, Mrs. Norman? And there's Miss Courtney. Oh, Courtney has grown up. I could hardly recognize her. Thanks to the family members who have come to share this afternoon. And so I say, long live Miss Daphne. Long live Mr. Norman. May God bless you. You have helped to make us who we are today. You have helped to make Church Teachers College the outstanding institution it is. And we pray God's blessings upon you. Enjoy your retirement. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
On your behalf, express thanks to Dr. Dempster West and all of us. Just two quick things before we bring it to a close. Mr. Norman, Ms. Daphne, one of the things I would also commend to you is that in retirement, it is a good idea to give back. Volunteerism. I tell people, in almost 11 years since I retired, I've never sought any paid kind of employment. It doesn't mean that everybody can do like I did. But I'm saying it is good to give back in whichever way, whatever form. Whether in your church, in your community, whatever, in some group, it is good to give back. Volunteer, give up yourself, give up your expertise and your time and your energy. I want to find out piece of advice in a way that you come out valuable a little bit. At this time, I don't know who will lead the singing, but we're going to do the college song, and we will close off with the national prayer, the national anthem. The college song followed by the national anthem. And you have copies of this song.
the school to offer.